Man, it's hot. Well, hello, fellas and fellas. How are you? Where you been? I know, I've been standing. Nah, you know that thing. Anyway, I had to go on a road trip again and had much better success with it. And I believe I've got everything that I need to finish up these brakes, hopefully. At least run all the lines and stuff. And I hope you're going to stick around with me to do that. All right, so come on, come on, come on. Looking, y'all. Hey! Alright, so we're going on another field trip. It is Monday, and as I said, I want to go meet Leon. Hopefully, I didn't bring my camera with me because I forgot it, but maybe I can work something out with this phone. We'll see. Hold on to your hat. This is going to be fun. Probably. Alright, well, I don't know how long this is going to last, but I'm going to try it this way. We'll see if we get away with it. You wouldn't have to be Leon, would you?
Oh, that book ain't looking good. I might be.
Alright.
Yeah, wouldn't be going on.
Okay. Here's what I got. Obviously, you know what this is. That goes to with the block. And I guess this one right here is a main feeder to 3 different tires. That's the reason they went up on the side.
They supply that fluid.
That's right. So, but I don't know how important that is.
It's important.
I see those lined up across those Jeeps all the time.
Yeah.
And I never knew about that until my son-in-law told me about it. And I've got a Jeep.
Yeah.
I've got an old 95. Nobody ever give me one of them. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm liking this because that's okay. So if we went from here to there, okay, then I would just have to get. Well, wait a minute, is this going in there?
Yeah, go in there.
Okay, cool. All right, well, that's some of it, ain't it? But now that's not going in there. Is that one not going in all? Yes, it is. All right, okay, it's going to seat. Okay, so this one right here will be seated into that one. So from here to here, though, I've changed it to quarter. Is that quarter 16? Okay, so I really need to go from quarter that way. Oh. Well, let me ask you this. Do you have a T that has quarter, quarter, quarter? Because if you do, we can get a reducing bushing for this one. And that size will be right, and this size will be right. Do you have a T that has 3/4? Well, all right, fellows and fellas, Leon came through with for me. You would be able to see the whole thing, except for my phone crapped out about halfway. For some reason, it cut itself off. But I was able to keep the 1/4-inch pipe coming out of. So he came up with a nipple that goes to the T that I had. I'll try to clear it up when I get home with you. But I got something to work with now. Thank you. Brandon is the one that turned me on to him, according to Leon. So there you go. I even gave him a tip. All right. So what I'm trying to explain here to everyone is actually very simple, if you can understand the concept. Because this piece, this is the master cylinder. Okay. Okay, so this is where you push your brakes in, and okay, so this piece of pipe right here is what Leon sold me right here. Okay, and that is a 1/4 inch. Okay, that's a larger one. Okay, so the larger ones are the ones that feed all the other ones. So we're looking at, this one has to be a 1/4 inch. This one is feeding the back tires. Okay, so this one right here is also a 1/4 inch. This makes sense, right? Okay, now this is the main trunk, let's say. Okay, so this one can be a small line. However, this one has got to be a 1/4 inch again, because it's what feeds these 2 tires or wheels. So this is a T, this is a T, and this is a T. Okay, the T's, now this one is 3/16. Okay, now from out of this one, okay, this one can be 3/16. This one can be 3/16. Okay, and this one out of here, which feeds the front tire, it can be 3/16. So we've got 2 different sizes. Okay, so in order for this to work, okay, you still have to have a 1/4 connector here, 1/4 connector here, and a 1/4 connector here. Okay, and this whole thing here, this whole thing here, and this whole thing here has to be a 1/4 T, because then you can use a reducing bushing that reduces this down to 3/16 and this one to 3/16. Same here, this one's 3/16. This one right here is 1/4. This one right here is 1/4. This is the only one out of the master cylinder that can be 3/16. Okay, so I needed to make sure that I get all these fittings and all the pipes correct, so my load on this pedal is consistent with all of the tires. Okay, so that's what the big deal is, and Leon got it. Okay, unfortunately he didn't have any of these T's. Okay, so I'll explain to you where I got them in just a second. Alright, well, let's start this off with a Slurpee. We ain't done that in a while. Well, first let me say, I didn't go into any of these auto stores to belittle any of them or do any, you know, I appreciate any help that I can get, because I hate brakes. I've told you that 100 times, and I'm certainly getting tired of working on brakes now. However, I don't know if y'all know it or not, but my wife is a cancer survivor, and so she has to have checkups every once in a while. So we just happened to find ourselves over in Montgomery, and she's fine. Everything worked out great. Praise the Lord, everything is good. But I found myself over in Montgomery, and I needed to go over to Millbrook, and that's where the O'Reilly's store is over there. And I've been sent to O'Reilly's by our O'Reilly's a couple of times, and about brakes, because they seem to, I don't know, they just seem to know more about brakes, I reckon. So when I went in there, they actually had what I needed. They were very knowledgeable of the brake stuff. I've been in, like I said, I've been in there before, and so I was able to come up with the 1/4-inch T's and the fittings and everything that I needed. And I mentioned to him about, you know, I've been into at least three different franchises, and them not having the parts. And I told him, I said, looks like everybody's got the same rack and the same everything that everyone. He said, basically we do. The problem being is the employees in certain stores. When they sell something, they don't restore their stock, and so when they, you know, that leads to them not having something in store. Now, I know that where I worked, they had a representative come by and check everything, and they would order everything for us. We didn't have to do that, but apparently these stores, I guess they're responsible for restocking their own stuff. And a couple of these stores that I went into, they were not nearly stocked as some of the other stores. So again, we're falling back on, you know, the help that we're getting. So anyway, that's the name of that tune. So I've got pretty much all the parts that I need to build these brakes, so let's get at it. Alright, so the first thing we got to do is we got to take this here wheel off. Make sure we're going in the right direction. Come here, Mr. Moon. Don't mind. Somebody spitting. It is. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Look at all them spiders on there. Good night. Look at all them spiders. They moved. I killed them everywhere else. They moved over here. I've never seen them. Look at there. There's one. Hey! Die! Thing as big as my hand. Well, maybe not. Close. Okay, so we've got welcome to my world. Alright, let me go get a light. Alright, if you remember where we left off, here is the flexible tube that's going to go right there. Okay, so the idea here is that I've got to make this piece right here. Okay, and it goes back to about right in here. On the other side of this is where the brake. So is it? You see, I see something hanging down. Okay, it's a little further back. But anyway, I got to make that piece right there that comes up to here. So I'm going to get up under there with a piece of either wire or old stuff, or maybe I can take that one out and duplicate that. That's what we're going to do. And I don't know if I've mentioned this to you or not before, but it's like 98 degrees outside right now. We're under a heat advisory, and it's very hot. Besides that, it's very hot. Okay, so this is good. We got to get, you know what, if I can get this one out, I think I can pull this whole thing out because it ends right there, so I should be able to duplicate this fairly easy if I can get the thing out of there. All right, so let's find my tools, which are up here. Maybe we can pop this off. It was up. Yeah. Okay. Almost. No.
because you don't want to. Huh? Is that it? I think that's it. That's all it is. You just don't want to come off. Been on there 40-something years. You just don't figure that's your home. Yeah, well, you off now, Bubba. Alright, so there we go. So now I should be able to take that off either right there. I don't much believe I'm gonna get that out of there. If I cut it right there, it'll be the right length and size. So let's do that. Oh good, I can do this left-handed. Oh my. There we go. Alright, now let's see if we can get that out of there without too much trouble. Alright, again, I don't know how much of this I'm going to get, but I'm going to get as much as I can. And I'm going to take this with me and try to get this mounted so give me a better idea of where all this goes. And I'll take my little light with me and hope all this doesn't fall on me because I haven't checked it since it's been raining so much. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this apparently is on a clamp. I'm so glad that light fell over because I didn't really need it. That's why I brought it up under here, because I didn't need it, you know. And now it doesn't want to adjust. So there's my pipe right there, and it feels like it's got a clamp between here and there. Alright, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and put, this is not ready to be mounted, but it will give me an idea of how I need to form my other pipes. And so where are the bolts? Alright. Okay, there's where it all apart. Alright, so let's take these out. I have no idea what you're seeing. I know it's clearer though. Alright, so this goes behind here, like so. And this goes, let's get one of these. That goes forward. Except for it goes this way. Alrighty. That's going to go right there. And that's going to be in the way if I don't get this out. So how would we, that's heavy. Heavy as a devil. Take this pin out. So that it can sit right there. Normally this goes this way. So we're going to go in this way. And we're going to go into that. But we're going to go into that first. And then, thank you so much. I love dirt in my face so much that I'm going to do it again. You just watch. Yeah. Okay. You can't be serious. I got you first time. You cannot be serious. Okay, well, good. Okay, so, alright, so this one has got to go here. However, that's not going to work because I've got this big old piece that's got to go in there first. So I could put the T in here and bend the, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Alright, well, let's see this. I don't need it to do it, but I just need it to hold it up. Okay. Alright, so this is the one that's feeding the other side of the truck over there. Over there somewhere. Where's it at? Alright. And so it's gonna need to be cut off right in here somewhere. All right, so I'm gonna have to go get my other piece. And so I'm so glad I didn't bring that other with me because I was gonna need it. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, this is the piece that Leon sold me. You see how small it is, but it's gonna have to come out, and then it's gonna immediately have to bend. So, and I can cut this shorter if I have to, and I can reuse these. And I think that's what I'm probably gonna have to do. Alright, let's go see if we can get that done. But first, let's take a piece up under there with us and just see how long it just has to be. You know what I mean? Okay. First, that's the wrong one. That's one with the adapter, so that's not what I want. Okay, I'm gonna make a decision here because it just needs to be as short as it can be. Okay, so let's go see about bending this. All right, let's go. Okay, so I've got this thing here, and this is that long nipple that Leon sold me here. And I don't know if you can see it or not, I hope so. So what I've done is I've cut off two of the largest pieces of weed eater string that I have, okay, and I've stuck it inside there so that when I bend this, hopefully that pipe is not going to crush too much. Now there's an idea, huh? Okay, and so I'm just going to put it right there, and then I'm going to, it needs to go real slow. Unfortunately, this thing needs to be a 90 all the way. I don't know if I even have enough of this. I hope I do. There it is. All right. Okay, now the fun part is going to be able to see if I can get, look at that, that did real well. I wonder if I'm going to be able to get these out, and I believe I am. All right. So there we go. Now this needs to back up, and I screwed up. Anybody tell me why?
Don't ask me.
Because now I'm not going to be able to get this back around here, you dumb idiot. So I'm going to have to pull some of it out. Hopefully it will come out. That's the stupidest thing I believe I've ever done.
I don't believe I told.
Right here on the camera. So let's see if I can get it fixed with not here on the camera. Yes, I left it. I could have left that out because I got it. So at least you know if you screw up, you might be able to fix it. And I'm telling you, this stuff works. So that was my own idea. I know other people do other things, but I've heard fill it with sand and everything else, but no, that's good. Okay, let's go see how close this is going to be. All right, let's go back and see what we got. Let's put my light back up. Okay. The light don't like to stand up. I don't lose that. Alright, so I just need to make sure I've got enough room here. Let's see if I could go the long one, that would be nice, but I can't, so we'll go the short one. So that's going to go there. Okay, and so now I'm going to have that T right here, and this piece here is going to come up and go into the T here. Okay. Yeah, so this one here is going to need to be cut. And then we'll have to finagle it in there. And then out of the T, it's going to be going this one here. These one. Okay. And it will no longer be going back here. It'll be coming into the T. Right? Yeah. But if I face the T down, that would be easier for this one. But which one do I really need to go in there? Alright, so if I pull this one forward, I can loop it straight up and get in there. But I don't want to do that. I'm going to take this one straight into the T. Yep, okay. Alright, so let's go get us a T and see how we can work that out. Alright, you guys have no idea how hard this is with so much sweat going in my eyes, because I'm a big fella. You know what I mean? I'm a big fella. Okay, so this can go right here. Right, yep. Okay. And that can be twisted down or up or sideways even. We can do this sideways, I reckon. That way this pipe here is going to come over top here and go right into here. There's nothing wrong with that. And this pipe is going to go well, it was going to until I bent it. Okay, let's calm down. Okay, so this one here needs to go. Alright, so we're going to put it right there. Let's go just a hair long. Okay, so we're going to cut it real quick. With my thumb cutter. I'm probably going to regret that, but let's do it anyway. Go. Alright. So this one is going to go right there. Perfect. Okay, let's take this one. I'm going to slide it on here. Okay, and so that one's going to go there. Just like that. Okay, just like and so this is the one that we have to worry about here now. Let's see if we can get back there and see what's holding it up. Is there anything? No. That can come out of that hole. What about here? Yep, we got a clamp right there. Should be able to slide it out of that though. Where is it? I don't feel it. There it is right there. this way. Okay. Okay, so since I'm doing it different, it's going to have to be different, so it doesn't really matter. I just hope I've got enough. Alright, so that goes right in between there, don't it? Okay, where is it? Here it is. That's not good. We may route this a little different. I do not like the way that's doing. I don't like it. It's probably going to have to come under here. I know you'll go up there because I just took you out of there. Come here, light. All that's on the bottom, so I can't see what is holding that. Clamp of sort, though, but I don't know what all that's clamping. It's got to do with this here. So, I'll tell you what. I'm worried about this piece. Make something new. Oh, there it goes. Well, I don't have to. Yeah, I'm enjoying eating all this dirt. Okay, so all right, so here's the dealio. Let's go ahead and make this one into what we want it to be. All right, so we're gonna go up, straighten this out, up into that hole like that. And then, okay, and then we're going to come down like so, and go up like this, right there, and this is going to be opposite of what I want it to be. I know y'all aren't seeing this, and this will probably be cut out because you can't see it. Okay, that's good, and this right here is where I want it to come up and go into that hole right there. Alright, let's get out here. Now let's take this one and cut it right there. Okay, because that's going to tell me how much. There we go. Right there. Now, I'm going to wash up a little bit. Yeah.
Ever felt like you just needed to share something with somebody that caused you so much grief? Well, this is mine right here. This is something that should have taken just a few minutes to put together and all that kind of stuff. No. This took me almost 3 days to find this piece right there. Right there. Apparently, I don't know if from people not reordering stuff or just exactly what it is, but this piece here is not logged, and all this is an adapter that goes from 3/16 down to 7/16. That's all that is. And yet it took me 3 days and 5 different parts house to find it. And I finally did. I bet you can't tell me which one came up with the correct one. Might surprise you.
Okay, so we find ourselves up under the vehicle again, and here is our parts, and I've just got them sitting up in here, and this is the one that goes forward, and that's why I went ahead and bent the one up forward and sent it on back here, because I wasn't real sure where it was going to turn out. Okay, so now all I need to do is to get this up in here. Alright, so let's take this off. Always cover your fittings up with some kind of tape, or you're going to have crap get in them. Okay, we don't want that. Alright, so I want to put a bend in this, but I didn't want to put one in there that was going to be as big as this one. So we will see if I can do that. Okay, we need to go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Now I'm gonna put another one in right here, like that, and we're gonna come up and hope we didn't do it too short. I don't think we did. However, let's do a little bit less. That way I'll have a little bit more. There we go. Alright, now I want this to go straight down. Alright. There we go. Now the only problem that I have is I've got to hook this up. Okay. And this one here has not been done yet. See? Alright, so I'm going to have to flare this one while we sit here. So I take this off, make sure it goes way back there so it doesn't get in the way. Yeah, okay. And I think I need to clean this up, and I need to clean this up as well. So I'll be back in a second. And now I'm just going to take a piece of sandpaper. I do not know what. Let's just do it this way. Man, this is fun. Getting up under here. Yeah, this is fun. I don't care what it is. Alright, you want to make sure this piece right here is back here, because if you don't, you'll be like me, having to cut it off again. If you don't get that right, if you don't get it here and there the same, you're going to pull your fitting, you're going to pull your flare off to the side. You do not want that. You do not want that. Off. Okay, that looks much better. Alright. That looks much better. Alright, so now let's go with this. So hot, my glasses are fogging up. Alright, so let's get this one out of here. Alright, so I'll pull this out. Can you believe this here? They're too big or too small, which is my life. That's why you never come under here without this tool, apparently, because nothing ever fits. I think I'm going to get me a hat that says nothing ever fits. And the reason is because why? Because nothing ever fits. That's what cost me 3 days and on this is because nothing I bought fit. Who's doing all that hollering? Is that me? Well, it must be. Okay, so now you wanna loosen it. Is that right? No, it isn't. I tell you what I do want to do. I want to go get a tool that is appropriate. So let's go do that. Okay, so I had to get my other camera because some reason my glasses camera said stop recording, and so I don't know if it's full of memory or just what it is. That's probably what it is, or it's too hot or something. Probably too hot. I don't know. Anyway, it's all connected now. All of these are tight. Every one of them are tight. I just wanted to give you a picture of this because what I'm fixing to do is I'm fixing to take it out here, take this off, and I'm going to take this master cylinder, and on the next show, did you notice I said on the next show? Because I'm tired of this one. Because I hate brakes! I hate brakes. I hate brakes. Nothing ever fits on brakes. Nothing. So anyway, hey, everything's fitting now. A year later. Alright, so this one I'm going to take out. Then I'll take this out, I'll fill it up with fluid, and then I'll pump fluid back into itself so that we can bleed this thing, and then we'll bleed on the next show. Not this one, on the next show. All right, fellas and fellettes. I think that you're starting to grasp the idea that I don't really care for brakes. And hopefully I will get a brake, B-R-E-A-K, from these B-R-A-K-Es, and we can do something else. I got really hot today, and I know this, I don't even know how long this one's going to be. It may even be a shorter one, I don't know, but I know that it was a very frustrating one because I hate to go buy something and it not fit. I live 15 miles from town, so every time I do that, and usually in town doesn't have it anyway, I've got to go to Prattville or somewhere to get actually what I need. And a good example of that today was, like I said, I told you last time, it was mainly because they're not reordering stuff and filling their bins. Today I went to a particular place, and well, I'll just tell you, it was O'Reilly's, but they were extremely good today. Extremely good, friendly, more than welcome, especially this one young lady. And I told her, I said, well,
because I had just come from over in Prattville the other day to get a part, and I told him the problem. He said, no, all the O'Reillys have this same part bin back in the back. He said, but the main problem is that they don't replenish them. So when I went in there, I said, I need this particular part, and I said, and I know you've got a parts bin in the back there. And she said, yeah, come on, let's go see if we can find it. And sure enough, I found it. So that's what enabled me to finish up. Now, another adapter I found was at with Napa Auto Parts, and she was extremely friendly as well. And she helped me find one. And here's the thing that you may run into. Some of these parts are so old that they don't have a category. They don't have a category in their computer that lists them so that they can charge for them. So when that happens, you don't get charged for it. I wouldn't even know how much to charge you for it. Just take it and come back. Okay, I will. And that's super nice of these people. I mean, super nice. And it also fixed my truck. But I've got a parts bin in here about as much as theirs is, with just 25 or 30 parts that I bought that did not fit. And it's just very frustrating. Just very frustrating. But anyway, that's some of my fault, some of their fault. Mainly technology's fault when they say, well, this will fit this, and you buy it off the internet and you get it and it doesn't fit. What do? You don't want to have to send back a little part that could cost $1.50. So you end up with, how many parts that are $1.50. Okay, I will stop with my rant. I have to hurry up anyway because my wife she's in town right now and she's coming back. Tomorrow is her birthday, and I told her, and tomorrow is Saturday, and today is Friday, and we always have a Friday date night, and tonight is that night, and it's getting late in the afternoon, and she should be home in a little while, and I'm going to take her out for her birthday dinner. And in 7 days, it'll be our 49th wedding anniversary. So we hadn't figured out what we're going to do for that yet. Yes, if some of you didn't know, I'm old as dirt. That dirt. All that dirt that's up under my truck. I'm older than that dirt. Anyway, I'm glad that I'm done with all the fittings and all the stuff that goes along with that truck. Again, like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the master cylinder back out. That's just a matter of taking one fitting apart. I'm going to make the part that loops over to the top, and I'm going to hand pump it, and we'll get that bled, and then I'll have to get somebody to help me, but they'll get in there and we'll pump and bleed these brakes up, and hopefully I'll have brakes soon. So how many months has it been that I've actually used that same phrase?
Don't ask me.
I hope I'll have brakes soon. That goes along with, one of these days you're going to see me riding down the road. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, so let me put my glasses on. And I think I've mentioned one of our preachers that was standing in for temporary. His name was Billy Harris. Super, super nice guy. And he also contributed to this book. It's called The Richly Indwelling Word. It is a daily devotion, and this is one that he did, and it just knocked my socks off. Do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what that day may bring. That's Proverbs 27:1. Here's the funny thing. We as Christians, we make plans, and we wonder, well, why hasn't God blessed me with these plans? Well, have you ever thought about maybe you would start planning your day around Christ? Get Him involved with your plans instead of you making all these plans and just expecting Him to bless your plans. Because the way the Lord works is that He blesses you if the plans goes along with what he desires. Okay? So if your wants and your desires are in line with what Christ wants, he's going to bless them. I can assure you. But so many people get frustrated when things that they plan and they don't go correctly, and it's then they wonder why, how come God didn't bless it? Well, it may not have been according to his plan. Maybe he saw a better way to do it, or maybe he saw a way that it would influence your life in growing in Christ. You see what I mean? Okay. Well, fellas, I do appreciate you tuning in. I know that I've gotten quite a few more subscribers. You've given me some good ideas. These are about a week, 2 week behind. So sometimes when you give me your suggestions, I've already done whatever it is that I was going to do. So don't hold it against me if I didn't do what you suggested right away, because I try to stay 2 episodes ahead. So if I waited that long, I never would get anything done. But anyway, please keep commenting. I do read every one of them. I try to answer every one of them or make a comment. So I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Also, here's one thing I want you to do. I want you to do something good for God to let him know that you love him back. Okay?
Hey, Mr. Rick, don't forget to tell them not to litter. It ain't pretty.
I'll tell them.
Tell them to be sweet.
They already know that, PeaRoy. You heard PeaRoy. He always hollers this at the end of the show. So do like PeaRoy says. Please do not litter. It just ain't pretty. It just ain't pretty. And also, be sweet. Just be sweet. And I will see y'all next week. Thank you so much for showing up, okay? Yeah. Trying to work on these. I believe it's fitting to rain. We better hurry up.
Yes, sir. It's fitting to rain, all
It's
right.
good to see. What have you heard any jokes lately?
Oh, yes, sir. I've heard a couple. You tell your first.
What do you call a religious person that's always walking around?
I don't know. Walking around.
That's a Roman
Oh.
Catholic.
A Roman Catholic. All right.
Yeah. What kind of shorts does a cloud wear?
A cloud like a...
Yeah, like up in the sky.
Really? I don't know.
Thunderpants.
Yeah, these are dad jokes. Oh my.
All right. Well, what do billboard? How do billboards talk?
Billboard.
Sign language. That's right.
Okay.
So can you tell me what's the least favorite music that a balloon likes to listen to?
I didn't know what it is. I don't know. What?
Pop music.
Pop music.
Pop music. Oh, good Lord. All right, you tell yours.
All right then. Well, let's see here. What rock group can't sing or play an instrument?
I don't know.
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
All right, give me this.
Why is it always windy in an arena?
I don't know.
Because so many fans.
Fans, okay. That makes sense, don't it?
Why do you never trust stairs?
I don't know.
They're always up to something.
Well,
Yeah, they go
they
up to
always
something
do
all
go
the
up
time.
to something, don't they?
How do
Right.
mountains stay warm in the winter?
I don't know.
Well, they have snow caps on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. All right, I get it.
Uh-huh.
All right, well, you want to tell your long joke first?
Okay, I'll tell it. All right, one time there's this family, they sitting at the table, you see. And the man, he starts eating. The little boy looked at him and he said, "Hey, Daddy, how do worms taste?"
Yeah.
And the mama, she said, son, you don't need, and the daddy too said, hey, you don't need to bring up something like that. We trying to eat. He said, that's disgusting. So after they got through eating and all, the daddy looked at the little boy and said, why would you ask some question like that while we trying to eat? He says, well, because you had a worm on your salad there, it must not taste bad.
Oh, good night. Ooh, that's nasty.
That's bad,
You
ain't
should
it?
have listened to it.
That's right. Hey, look here, it's gonna rain. You better tell yours now.
All right, so there was this robber. Okay,
A robber.
They went into a bank. They're gonna rob a bank.
Okay.
Well, he goes up to the teller and he points his gun at him and said, "Hey, look him."
Oh.
He said, "You better give me all the money in that cash register, or you'll be fiction."
Fiction?
Guy looked at him and said, "Don't you mean history?" He said, "Don't you try to change the subject on me. Now give me the money."
Change the subject.
I know it's dead.
That's bad.
Look at, we gotta hurry because it's in the rain.
Yeah, the wind's starting to blow now.
Yeah, I see.
All right, we gotta go.